Okay, yes, hello. Just the visuals, I'm about to have a visual with this episode, but I just wanted to add some context to just a lot of the shit that's going to be talked about. Because I realize some people that listen to this don't know me really, or don't live in Virginia, where I'm from, where I'm living, and they don't know the nail shops and blah blah blah. I just realized I wasn't very clear. So, yes, I live in Virginia. I did nails for 8 years. Um, the shop that I'm going to be referencing in this video is called Nail Studio. The only reason I feel comfortable speaking that shop by name is because I like to think that even though I ended in a we ended in an interesting way. I got fired. I'll say it. Even though that's what happened, I didn't run through the shop and knock all the polished bottles off the rack like I, dreamed of doing in other shops. I didn't do that. So, we cool, I think. So I was comfortable saying their name. And there are other shops that I've worked at that I will speak on. And I hadn't planned to speak on them. This is interesting. I had planned to speak on them, like in a very dramatic sense at one point in time, and then I got over that. I got over it. I got over the, not the emotions, because it probably will be more emotions, but I got over the angry side of it. But I won't be saying their names because they like to sue. Yeah. Which is fine. So I will redact their names. I employ them to read my lips. That's what they should do. Or don't, because you know who the fuck I'm talking about. But anyways, yes. So to this podcast, this episode, we good. Everybody good. Even Miss Lady that fired me. It's some stuff in here for you. Yes, context. Okay, I told y'all. Yes, I got fired. It was crazy. It was crazy. I drove down the street blasting Cardi what was this song? Get Up 10. I don't even like her. What's this shit? What's the lyrics? I be down 9 times, but I get up 10. Let me tell you something. I was riding down that fucking street, fucking screaming that song, cause don't play with me. But yes, okay, enjoy. Okay, I just gotta be loose. I'm gonna just tell shit as it happened.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell my motherfucking truth.
Yeah, this is us. This is for all of our clients that told us. Remember when they was like, y'all should do something. Y'all should do a video. This is for all the clients.
Hey.
Right. Hey. This is for y'all. Did you get your name Jet from doing nails? Who nicknamed you that? Somebody from doing nails, right?
Yes.
Okay, we can talk about that.
That's the first question. That's such a good question. Definitely up there.
I was about to say.
Oh yeah, let me see.
I was about to say because we know you was there.
You didn't exist. I was a myth.
Right, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
People still talk about you there today. Be like, that guy that used to work here.
Really?
I'm like, I don't.
You
think
be like Tom.
Right? And he called me.
When?
This was like.
You worked there?
I wasn't working there. I wasn't working there when you got fired. You wouldn't have got fired if I was working there.
You weren't working there when I got fired?
No, I was working for Nike. Because I called you. Remember, I was coming in and get my nails done by you. All the time. I was your client. You just forgot, but I was your client.
We didn't work together there?
We did, but I was your client after I left. Because remember, I was working at Busch Gardens.
I'm so confused. Wait. No. You gotta be clear. So
you were working there before me.
Okay.
But then I started working there.
Okay.
Because I went to Grace's baby shower.
And then you left.
And then I left. I was working there for like 3 years, and then I left.
How long was I there?
I really don't know.
You were not there for 3 years when I was.
So maybe I was there a year.
Yeah.
Time slips. I'm
so confused.
29.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
I'm trying to get this.
So I left and I worked at Busch. I got like a job there, a better job, and I never came back. Remember? I never came back. I was gone for like a spring break and I never came back. because I got offered a better
I
job.
don't think they wanted you to come back.
They didn't.
Remember?
Remember?
That's why
Yeah.
I don't remember because
Yeah.
it was kind of like okay, she not coming back.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Because
safe.
I asked Lynn, I said I can help out, and she was like, no, I kind of need somebody full time. So it's kind of like, all right, fine, fuck it, I ain't gonna work. So then I got another job.
It was kind of like, yo, if she don't say nothing, don't say not me, but them. Like, don't say nothing, not her. Like, you know.
Right. So then I came back and I was your client for a little bit.
Okay. And I did your acrylic
all the time. Cause you were practicing on me all the time.
Right.
I have like so many pictures of the
it's coming back to me.
Yeah. You did like the pink and white on me.
So when I got fired,
I wasn't working there. I was your client. So I called you to make an appointment. No, I texted you.
You haven't heard my version in a long time. So
right, I know.
You're probably rocking with her version.
No, I know. I don't ever.
No, but on accident. Just because you haven't heard mine in a long time. Like, okay. No, but you asked, how did I get the name Jet?
Yeah.
First of all, this beat is fucking irritating.
I'm weak.
Because my name is Jarrett, Jarrdt, and the first shop I worked at, I don't know, like, I think this was the lie I used to tell, that people, that the Asians, like, couldn't say my name, couldn't say Jarrett very well, and I think only, like, one of them struggled. So I was like, I just knocked out all the letters in the middle, and it's Jet. Like,
that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, it just sounded good. But I think I just wanted a nickname. And then one day, the boss, I don't want to say that name, but she, like, it was kind of a thing. And then one day, she, like, bucked on, like, everybody. It was like, look, are we calling him this or not? Like, if this is his name, then everybody needs to call him that. And I was kind of standing there like, period. I was like 18. But then after that, it was Jet. And I remember this one time, I had this coworker when I was working there. And I was doing this pedicure, and I was like, I was playing the Jet character. Like, this is what I'm doing.
Right.
So, like, don't fuck that up, none of y'all. And she came out there and was like, I'm Jet, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and I literally got up mid-pedicure, and I was like, look, my name is Jet.
That's the alter ego. I'm in Jet mode, okay? I'm in Jet mode.
Yeah.
And how cool, Jets go fast, Jet mode, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of cool. And it stuck with you though, because I call you Jet, and I know you before.
Yeah, a lot of people that knew me way before that call me that, which is kind of strange for me now, being so far from doing nails. Right, yeah,
it still resonates from there. I remember they were like, his name is Jet. I was like, his name is not. But okay.
I'm so weak. Like, I don't know. Like, well, nobody calls me shit anymore, so I'll take whatever.
I can't. When did you feel like it was possible for you to do nails? Like, what opened the door for you to do nails? Like,
what are you asking? What started me doing nails?
Yeah.
Or what? Okay. My ex sister-in-law, she's really good at it.
Right.
And she has been for a really long time. And I'll tell you the story how I got into it. I was working at Journeys.
I remember you working there.
Yeah. I was working at Journeys and Aldo, right across from each other.
I remember.
And I remember, like, I had just got paid. And my total for both jobs was like $284.
I remember the days.
And I was like, I think I was like 17, and I was like, yeah, like $284, like I'm thinking, right? So let me see the tattoo. This new? Oh wow, of course. So I went to my half brother's house that night, and sister-in-law, she was like upset, and I'm like, what's wrong? And she said, my half brother was like, don't pay her no mind. He was like, she's bitching about her check. And then he was like, ask her how much it is though. And I'm sitting there geeking, like I'm sitting on 285 step, like,
straight up, okay.
17 didn't know no better. I'm like, bitch, I got an 8, 2 of them. No, fuck with 40. I'm like, who want to smoke?
Right.
You, let's go. 284 for you.
Who want it?
Yeah, I'm like, let's talk money.
And that's 2 weeks, not even 1 week. That's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks.
That's 2
That's
weeks.
even worse. That's 2
Yeah.
weeks. That's even worse. Oh.
Yeah. No. Because I was like, what's wrong? And she was like, my check was short. So I'm sitting there on 284, like, oh, what's wrong, baby? I'm like, baby, I'm stacked. I'm like, let's talk money. I'm like, I want to talk funds. So that's when he was like, don't pay her no mind.
Right.
Ask her how much her check was. So then she was like 700 or something, and I'm like,
if I have, how much is my taxes?
I was like, wait.
My taxes. Let me see this.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I'm like, that's a, and I'm like, I was like, fuck compassion. I was like, and that's, I was like, is that from 1 week? And she was like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay, it'll be all right. Yeah, I'm like, okay. I'm like, y'all niggas hiring?
Right.
But you know, you probably relate to this. A lot of times people take the shit I say as a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why you know you could be like a comedian because shit that you say, but I'm serious.
But I'm dead fucking serious.
But I'm serious.
Yeah.
I be dancing and shit. They be like, LOL. I'm serious. I'm singing. I'm serious.
I was dead serious. I tried to hit that note.
But since you laughing, we joke now.
That's
we joke.
Right,
we joking now. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, y'all niggas hiring? So she was like, ha ha ha, ooh, you crazy. So I'm like, all right, tuck that. Right. So then I might have brought it up again. So I'm slick. So I ended up somehow in her job.
You thought this is premeditated.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm in her job. Like, I went up there with my brother, like, to bring her some lunch or something. I'm like, let me go with you. I'm in there, like, dumping niggas trash and shit. I'm like, I just want nigga. I'm gonna let niggas see me. Like, yeah, he useful. Yeah, no, you done with this? You don't need to know me. You done with this?
Right.
So
I'll take it out for you.
Shit, I wouldn't do anyways. Like, but I'm gonna do it that day. So the boss seen me. It was cute. I ain't asked for no job that day. So then I just let shit happen. So then one day,
universe working.
Yeah, one day my sister-in-law, I'm just say that she's an ex-slut. She didn't get the ring. So, she didn't get the ring. No, she didn't get it. So I'm just saying she didn't get the ring. But so she called me and was like, "Yo, did you And shout out to her for this, for real. Shout out to her
because I'm sure she's the reason why.
She's the reason, yeah. She was like, yo, you still she was like, you still want to do nails? I don't know about all that.
Oh,
but,
okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
I'm in there.
But she was like, you still want to do nails? And I'm like, fuck yeah. So she was like, all right, what if you start as a receptionist? I'm like, no. Because like I said, I'm 284 stack.
Right.
Bitch, take an extra 2 days, bitch. I'm 301 stack.
Right.
I don't want.
I'm not answering y'all calls for y'all. That's how I feel.
Bitch, what? I'm not doing that.
But that's crazy because I went into Nell's studio. I didn't even do it for a day. And you was hyping me up. She gonna have mad shit. She gonna remember. You hyping me
that's
up.
How I do.
Always love. She gonna have our shit ready. She gonna have mad shit because you came from a place where they had a good receptionist, and then my son, everybody for the motherfucking selves. You know what I'm saying? You schedule your own shit or whatever, you know.
But I knew the value of good reception.
Yes, so you were like,
because we was all I remember we was all getting up doing our own shit, and I'm like, I'm tired of getting up.
But you know, Lynn about her money, so she was like, no. And I respect it because she about us getting she about everybody in her shop getting money.
That's my nigga. I want to say that. I fuck with her. Like,
yeah.
All the shops, this shit's 11 of them shits. Let me think. Let me really think for a second. Like, honestly, like, I fuck with her. I fuck with her the most. But it's not.
And it's always genuine, but it's always like genuine.
Yeah, it's fuck the money. Because I got money. I got more money elsewhere. So it was never about that. Like, That was really like. And maybe it was my head, but that was really my friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, come on. Like, I really fucked with her, you know? And I really would want her to know that. She gotta know that.
She know that.
Okay.
She know that.
Gotta know that. Because, whatever happened, happened.
Right.
But one, I always understood her position. That's her little sister.
Right.
So I always understood that you gotta let him go.
Right.
You gotta, and not even just your little sister. That's your top money maker in the shop.
Right.
You gotta let. She had to let me go that day.
You would have did the same thing.
I would have done the same fucking thing, no matter how much I fucked with Jet.
Right.
Damn. I love that little nigga, but he gotta go. Hope he lands soft.
Right.
Hope you understand what I'm saying?
There's a bunch of other shops out there.
That's what I'm saying, right.
I hope you took what I taught you and ran with it.
Because she taught the shit out of me.
Right.
What?
She did the same thing with another girl that worked with us and now works at
I don't respect that. Who?
She's a young girl.
I
She
think
quit
I heard
actually
that name.
because of me. I don't want to
You
say
in there
because
bullying.
of me. Nah, I'm keeping it real. You gotta. It's a cutthroat. It is a cutthroat thing. You know what I'm saying? And if I was wrong in anything, I always apologize. That's one thing I always stand on. So if I try to apologize and you don't want to take that apology and you trying to be bigger and badder, but you only coming to a 27-year-old at the time,
right.
you know, it's different. You gotta be a woman about things, but you can't put that aside and buck up and work.
Because the thing is, some of them come in there at 18.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So this is an 18-year-old job. But
because
like
you have not worked anywhere else. But then
hold on. You know that's the biggest thing. And then when I worked there, I sat back one day and I'm like, wait a minute. Some of y'all bitches, the complaints that
disrespect,
the complaints and the disrespect that I heard to the bosses, to the establishment, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, some of y'all ain't never worked nowhere else. Because guess what? Journeys don't give a fuck about what you're saying.
Fired. You're
gone.
You're gone. You're late today?
That's it.
That's why I don't understand. I don't understand when people be so mad or so angry when they see someone who doesn't look like the average nail tech doing their nails.
Well, hold on. No, because I had to realize one day because I'm like, would I let an Asian man cut my hair? Because I'm gonna tell you the crazy looks that I used to get from women sitting in my chair, because this is the thing, it was a setup. Jet, the name is low-key a setup.
Yeah,
be
true.
They'd be like, okay, I'm gonna set you an appointment with Jet. So people are like, okay. They on the phone like, oh, I'm about to get an Asian man.
Right.
He gonna hook me up. Then they sit down and I'm like, what up?
Right.
Like, what color you want? And they like, you're doing my nails? And I'm like, yes, Jet, bitch. Second T is silent. Don't play with me. You should get this color. But so they never. So it's like, but I had to. But people would be so offended,
right? And not because anything you said, but just what you look like, based on what you look like. But I had to
realize I used to get offended. By that. But I had to realize one day, like, would I sit down comfortably and let an Asian man cut my hair, give me my fade?
Right.
And I'm like,
right.
I don't know, like, it's right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I'm like, dang. And I'm like, I would if I seen pictures and if I seen some reviews and if niggas said he the one, right?
Yeah, right.
So if when people would give me that clout and say, all right, I'm gonna put you with Jack, he can do this, right? Then it would be comfortable. But I understood just being thrown at me and like, this black boy gonna do your nails.
Right.
So I had to be fair. But it's just like, I can't be mad, or I couldn't be mad, or I couldn't act like I don't understand the hesitation of letting somebody that's not Asian do your nails. Even you, it's like, that's not what I'm used to. I came here to see me young.
Right.
I came here to see Kim.
Right.
I came here to see Lane. Shout out to Lane. Show Lane. Fuck her. Yo, shout out to Lane.
Hey.
That's my homegirl. Nah, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, so because I used to be real mad. The crazy thing about that? That's all women. Right. But it's no. It's not just women. It's everybody.
It's everybody, and that's the crazy. That has no.
Because you know the nigga around here, the Asian nigga around here cutting hair. What's his name?
Yeah.
I'm like, everybody know he could be cutting hair.
Mm-hmm.
I never let the nigga cut my hair, but I would be more comfortable letting him cut my hair versus somebody else because he's stamped.
Right.
Yeah, he's Asian.
Yeah.
But if he won't stamped, I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing about, like, you know, that's the thing about working in a shop, like the shops you've worked at. These people, they come into the shop, you know, they come in randomly. These are people that you got to make your client.
Lynn did the shit she did. That's why she sat me next to Ann.
I remember.
To give me that stamp. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because it's like, dang, he already gone.
She also is good with, like, she buy anything. That woman buy everything in the shop.
That's my name.
All right. What kept you inspired as a nail tech? Because I know, like, being a nail tech, you know, if you want to do it, like, do you feel like doing a pedicure today? Like, you know, and especially, like...
that's big. For me, what kept me inspired was the bigger picture. Like, I always wanted to open a shop.
Right.
So, like, for me, like, the progression of that was learning everything and getting it to muscle memory.
Right.
To the point where I didn't have to think about it and I can teach it. So like, I don't know, honestly, I don't think, I did get to a point where I didn't want to do pedicures because I felt like I was more valuable
Well, then that, yeah, I
in
got
other
you.
places. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah, pedicures. When you doing it, that shit ain't nothing. Like,
Right. That's easy money. I don't think people realize
so
a spa
simple,
pedicure is an hour. Okay. You want gel too? That's like $65.
Yeah, like,
that's $65. I do one every hour. That's $65 an hour.
And from what I remember, like, first of all, when you put the gloves on, whole different ball game. That's nothing. I'm not even touching it.
You know what I told a client the other day?
What?
She was like, sitting in my chair. Like, how you gonna sit in my chair while you getting a pedicure? The pedicure chair. She's getting her feet done. I'm doing her pedicure. And she's like, I don't know how you can do feet. Ew. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna sit in my chair and say that. And I'm like, you know what though?
I don't like that. I used to hate that.
I told her though, I was like, you know what? I said, I got gloves on the whole time. Your feet are in this sanitary water. And I said, I'd rather do that than touch your hands. Someone sit in your table and they don't even say before COVID. Now they all wash their hands. Everybody clean now. But before people were just sitting in your chair with their hands. You don't know what underneath. You ever seen somebody with shit underneath their nails?
100%.
Like that is so disgusting. Y'all are nasty. But I'm saying
like when people they never used to say nothing like that. Well, no. They used to say shit like that. So like, I don't know how you can do pedicure, but I would say slick. I would always say slick shit like. Well, I know what I'm in for. Like, right. You telling me more about you than me.
Do you know I'm learning as I get older to do that, like restore and reset conversations with people. Like people always try to make you have like a bad day, like energy. Like they come to you and have a bad day. And then like I had a customer the other day, she like was huffing and puffing because I wasn't who helped her last time. But that's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, ugh. So I stopped, bro. I stopped everything I was doing. I looked at her and was like, you alright, man? You know, she was all like, I'm alright. Because she wasn't expecting that. Just like when someone comes up to you and was like, I got an appointment today. You know what? How you doing today? You know what I'm saying? Like, it changes the entire mood of the conversation.
That's because they think y'all there. They think you are the polished bottle.
Right? Isn't it? But it's crazy because I'm servicing you. Yeah. I always say it's a luxury to be here.
You need me.
You right? I don't gotta do it. Like
the thing about it is like, cause I'm running my own shit right now, my own business now.
Right.
But it's like I feel like I was meant to do nails, especially for that long, to be able to see that other side.
Yeah, it could open up another.
I know what that's like. So it's like when I go to restaurants, I tip different.
Yeah.
Like, if I do have people that clean for me, it's like, or do services for me, it's like I treat them different. It's like a different level.
It's a whole different culture. Yeah. Nails is a whole. Working in a shop like that is like a whole culture.
But that's what I do miss though. I do miss that.
Yeah, it's that family type, that kind of like. Because I will say, like, Asian people, like, when they fuck with you, they take you in. Like, they cook for you. That's one thing I will say.
But when they don't.
Right, when they don't. But
I'm going to be honest with you, like, I mean, just in my experience, it takes a lot for them to get there.
Yeah.
To really not fuck with you. Like, you got to really do something. You got to really, like, be offensive or, like, do something. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, niggas not just turn on you.
Right. I know we touched up on this a little bit, but what challenges did you face the most as a black man doing nails?
Man.
I feel like that's a whole nother thing itself, but I felt like that was that was like my first question actually I thought about and was like, because that's important. Because I can honestly say that I have never met another black man that does nails, or even in this area. Like maybe if I searched on like Instagram,
I seen one on Twitter.
Maybe if I looked, but I
seen one on Twitter. I was pissed. He had a blunt in his mouth, and I'm like, I was mad as shit. This was like a year ago. I was mad as shit. I'm like, that's my Steve.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you know why? You know why that would upset me? Because I would honestly consider myself like classically trained in this shit. Like the shit these bitches put me through, like.
Right.
On a technical level, on some like, let me see,
let
me see, not good enough. Like, not good enough.
This man, when we worked at this shop, we'd be practicing, like, we was bullshitting, right, playing. He would be practicing, I'd be like, what the fuck? Give me the latest acrylic. This shit hard. Be in the house, sitting outside with the hand, because dad didn't like the smell of the acrylic. He'd be in there doing it.
I would be out there 5 in the morning, 2 at night. Like
I seen it. That's why even though sometimes when you would do my nails, they would be a little, all over.
But you know what?
It was,
what I realized is, I'm gonna answer your question too. But what I realized is by never receiving the love or the approval that I was looking for, I like hated on myself so much that I didn't see what was real. Like, so I look at pictures of nails that I did now, that I did in the past, and I'm like, yo, these shits are phenomenal.
Do you know what's crazy too that you say that? I keep on getting into culture and shit like that, but I know in a lot of Asian cultures they do that to their kids. They don't show a lot of love. I feel like I was watching the show recently, and the girl was like an artist or something. She was Asian, and her parents were like, that was the first time that they told her she was like proud of her, or they loved her, or some shit like that. And that I don't feel like that's uncommon in the culture, in their culture. You could correct me if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But
because
maybe
this is the thing, it made me better.
That's what I'm saying.
So much
you know
better
what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes those unspoken things that like people do that pisses you off to the max. It's like those are all lessons, and I guess you just gotta take it. Like
I remember this one time, and Lynn might remember this. I don't know if she run a business, she might not. But this one time, it was my cousin came to the shop, and I was still practicing. But when I came to the nail studio, like I was live, like I was on acrylics. But it was still like kind of shaky. Like I would charge like low price. Like I didn't full sell. Like I'm gonna charge you like like 23 off. Like because you might come back. And it like so. But so my cousin came to the shop and I did her full set, and it just did not go well, right? And I really was almost to tears. Like, and Lynn was like, she was trying to work with me, but she was like, why don't you maybe like you want to just go to Phil's? And I'm kind of high. I don't remember how we got here. What was you just talking about?
You said you was working on your cousin's nails.
But why was I telling you that story? What was you just talking about?
I'm not sure. We was talking about family. We was talking about like values, and I was saying like that we wasn't get shown love or whatever. Like there was tough love.
Right. Yeah, so she was but I don't know.
I don't know.
But
anyways, back to
better from that. Oh yeah, so the question.
What's one incident that you can remember like that like kind of like sticks to you that like do you think a lot of the things were because of your race when it came to nails?
You know what's funny about that?
Because not only is it a race thing, it's also a gender thing. You know, when we talk about that too.
I will say yes and no, because the only thing I can think firsthand is like just people being uncomfortable because I'm black.
And I'm sure that's uncomfortable because you have to sit with them for like an hour.
Yeah, it's more than uncomfortable. It's
it's like, and then that too. I like people looking at your hand. It's so very personal. I don't think people understand how personal it is doing nails.
When I'm doing, it's like what I used to hate when I'm doing this hand and you studying that hand.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. There's body language, and I don't think customers realize body language is everything.
Yeah,
like everything. If you're tense, I can feel it. Like I have your hand. Like, are you all right? Like, are you okay? Like.
And I got to a point I used to ask people that, like, you okay?
Do you need to go to a different nail tech?
Yeah.
Like, I think I got so fucking mad one time when that girl, remember the girls? They were just like, they were just assholes to everybody. And I was like, why y'all doing that?
But y'all all Uber here.
Right, y'all, and your mom has to cash out you money to, like, get your nails done.
Like what? Y'all getting
regular, I got $20 what
y'all
can I get done.
regular polish, square.
I never forget that.
Y'all being bougie. I'm just saying, be nice.
Right, be nice.
Act like I'm just saying, act your service.
Right.
If you get pink and white, act pink and white. But if you getting regular polish, act regular.
Right.
Don't be in here. Come on. That's
accurate. Yeah.
Come on, like. But like, I don't know. Like that shit. I don't know. Like, you know what's funny? I was able to find the racism in it after I left. a lot easier than when I was in it. Because I was in it and I didn't want to find any reason for me to leave or for me to have a fucking meltdown. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I understand. Right, yeah. Working in a time when there was a lot of adversity with like Trump and stuff like that. It was a lot, you know, there was a lot of stuff being said. Like even in the group chat, it was like, don't talk about it at work. But you know how I am. I'm vocal. I'm like, I'm gonna talk. If somebody want to talk about it, I'm gonna talk. I'm not gonna shut up. And if you don't want me to be here,
even though I got fucking fired wrongfully. Okay, let me tell you about that day though. I just didn't see that coming at all.
Right, yeah.
I just want to get good enough to do Black China's nails. Like that was my thing. Like,
right.
And it's like, ooh, you got me on the technicality. That's what it felt like. Like if the teacher was in here, I wouldn't even gotten in trouble for this. So you sound